Hey, everybody, we're back this Sunday morning early. So
Early.
get your,
Ugh.
uh, get
Wake
your
up, everybody. Get out of bed.
get your coffee, your energy drink, whatever.
Yeah, much to some people in my life. My girlfriend, I'll just speak plain. Her chagrin, I'm enjoying a nice, delicious Mountain Dew energy
Oh,
drink.
Kickstarter, whatever is it called, right?
These aren't bad. These aren't Kickstarts, actually. Kickstarts have more calories. These have only 25. This is where I sound old. 25, and there's no sugar in them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And
White grape juice is the sweetener, but then a bunch of chemicals and preservatives that I'm sure are going to be my
well,
demise.
and if you go to uchoospodcast.com, put in the promo code Eddie, you get 10% off your order, right?
That's how it works now.
We're taking sponsors.
Don't do it, Eddie. That's the other.
Yeah, the promo code don't do it, Eddie.
Don't do it, Eddie. You'll have to pay 10% more.
Yeah, no, we're just kidding. We do not sponsor. Mountain Dew does not sponsor this podcast.
No
But if they
sponsors.
do, we would gladly take their sponsorship, right, Eddie? We'd be the Wayne's World where they're like, we will bow to no sponsor. It's just sad.
It's really a shame when people sell out.
Yeah, as he's eating the Pizza Hut and wearing the Reebok clothes,
head to toe in Reebok.
Yes. Oh man.
Hey,
So,
speaking of shameless plugging, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that we are part of the larger entertainment collective, Eddie and the Star Cruisers.
Yes. Yep.
Star Cruiser Entertainment. Be sure to check out all the fun creators. Stay tuned for updates also, because we got something coming up in October with the Star Cruiser group. You may be able to find your favorite Uchoose podcasters hanging out at a comic shop here in Omaha, Nebraska at some point.
Near you. Yes. So I'll have a link in the show notes. So you can find all the different ways to get in touch with us. Jesse is in the chat. You choose to kickstart your morning. Yes, you do. So if you're new to the podcast, thank you. Welcome. So what we do is we go through these old books from our childhood. And when we get to decision point, if you're watching live, then you can chime into the chat, let us know where you want to go, and we'll go to that decision point in the book. And when we do these, we usually go through them twice, and we try to get a different outcome or different scenario every time, because as we say, life is too short. Let's do something different. Let's not do the same thing.
Why live the same adventure? That's no fun.
Exactly.
I mean, it might be fun.
Well, maybe.
Let me make the exact same choices I made last time.
Exactly. Yes.
Said no one.
Said no one. So that's kind of what we do. And so we'll go through these books twice. So we're going to go through the book You Are a Shark the second time. So now normally the first choice we get to, whoever's in the chat gets to decide where we go. But since this is the second time we're going through the book, we'll go ahead and make the opposite decision of what we did last time so that we can get a different outcome. That's the plan. But we don't, we normally don't choose, but in this case, the first choice we do, but
we have to. We don't want to be reliving the same thing. And we've talked about this, and we've mentioned before, we may revisit previous books that we've done as we get further along on some of these episodes here, just because we've gone through them twice. But as you've pointed out in a lot of our episodes, Lee, there's like 40 endings to some of these books.
Some of these, yes. Yeah. 44 on, I think, Balloon to the Sahara has 44. 44.
Jesse, oh good Lord, are we a shark? Are we? little throwback to last 2 weeks ago. We, in reading You Are a Shark, we basically became everything but a shark.
A shark, yes.
So there you go. That's a fun little.
This time, maybe we will be a shark. So
if you're really good,
yeah, good boys and girls,
and eat all your vegetables, you might become a shark.
You might, yes. All right, let's get started. So
let's dive right in.
Shark.
You mean to start this one?
Let me get to the first page here. All right, yes, go ahead.
It's late summer, and there's no buildup. There's no explanation. No. There's nothing. You know,
they don't answer why we're in this mountain area in Nepal. We're just there. We're 9.
No, We're 9 years old. You can tell by the illustration. We're like, we just blew the candles out on our 9th birthday cake. And a lot of these Choose Your Own Adventure books, they will give you a little bit of exposition. They'll be like, your name is whatever, Chutney Leroy. You're from Hawkins, Hawkins, Indiana. Yes,
Yeah.
that Hawkins. You're walking around. You're going to class to meet your best friend. You know, they give you a little bit of something to go off of. Here, it's like, no, man, you get none of this.
So you blew out your candles on your cake, and your parents handed you a backpack and drop shipped you into Nepal.
It's about time you went on a spirit quest in Nepal, there, Timmy, Billy. I don't want to go on a spirit quest. You're going on a spirit quest, and you're gonna like it.
Exactly.
I'll go on a spirit quest, but I won't like it. It's late summer. You've been hiking in the remote mountains of Nepal, like all 9-year-olds do.
Yes.
When you come upon the ruins of an ancient temple, vines have grown over the wide steps that led. My eyes are so old. I thought that said like Vinny. You have grown over the wide. It's like, hey, what are you doing around here?
Vinny, get out of here.
Vinnies are all over the entrance.
That'll be great. That's awesome.
Bada bing, bada boom. Get out of here. What are you doing? Vines have grown over the wide steps that lead to the entrance. The temple is faced with stone carvings of animals, all worn and crumbling, except for one fierce creature, an enormous lion, an enormous Jesse Kiefer with the wings of a dragon. His huge jaws threaten to devour anyone who dares to pass. That is now going to become our new spirit animal of the Uchoose podcast, an enormous lion with the wings of a dragon.
Wings of a dragon.
With the face of a Jesse Kiefer. It looks just like Jesse. As you climb the steps, you sense danger. You step closer and stare at the lifeless monster towering above you. It seems to be warning you not to pass. Summoning your courage, you continue past the statue into the dark, cavernous temple. You can barely see anything because you're actually blind. I'm kidding. Sorry.
A blind 9-year-old in Nepal.
These parents are irresponsible. You can barely see anything, only a glimmer of gold in the corner of the chamber, and beside it, a frail-looking man in a simple monk's robe. As you start toward him, your legs grow weak. You sink to the temple floor. You try to stand, but you can't. You've got to eat a Snickers bar. Sponsors!
Sponsor!
The strength is being drained from your body. You can't even lift your hand. This should be the motto for 2020.
You can't even lift a hand.
Yeah, exactly. The strength is being drained from your body. You call out to the monk, but he neither moves nor speaks. You feel your life slowly slipping away. Are you still alive? You are lying on the stone floor of the temple. The monk sits motionless beside you. You try to sit up, but you can't. #fitness, kids. Get on it. You feel as if you were in a trance. Perhaps you are dreaming. If so, it is unlike any other dream you've ever had before. Maybe you are dead.
Oh, no, that's actually the motto for 2020. Maybe you're dead.
Let's see. As if reading your mind, the monk says, you are not dead. Neither are you alive. That's also the hashtag for
hashtag for 2020.
How can that be, you murmur, still unable to move? You have fallen into the shadow of death, he answers. It is forbidden to enter this temple. Did you not see the giant dragon-winged lion? Those who do not heed the warning of the guardian must give up their lives. You feel the chill of death hovering above you as you struggle to remain conscious. But I don't know, you say. You know better than to enter, replies the monk. The guardian told you quite clearly, which he didn't.
He didn't. He's lying.
You mean the statue? I thought that was my imagination. The guardian is real, the monk says gravely, though not part of the world you know. Unless it chooses to release you, you will remain in its power forever.
Forever.
Remain where, you say, trying hard to make sense of it all. Hold on. Sense of it all. Where are we going from here?
And then it should be the next page.
All of this.
The monk. Yeah.
If I'm in its power, what's going to happen to me? Sorry, it was a staggered, kind of weird. For the first time, the monk looks away from you. You must now give up your human life, he answers. However, you will be given a chance to live in animal form.
Dun,
Beedly,
dun,
beedly, beedly,
dun.
beedly. Turn to page 10. Your skin grows cold, then colder still. You shiver violently. To be turned into an animal, you can't let yourself believe this. Who is this monk anyway? Maybe he's making it all up. But before you can even question him, the monk continues. I serve the guardian of the temple. Though I will do my best to help you, I may not interfere with its powers. You must first be one animal, then another, and sometimes the same one again. Time may seem to go in circles. You may remember your human existence or forget it in an instant. But what if I die as an animal, you say? The monk shakes his head. If you die as an animal, you die as an animal. Dang.
Ooh.
There's some truth juice for you kids there.
No mercy from that monk.
No mercy. Strike first. Strike hard. Live as a shark, die as a shark.
Yes.
What is important is that you live as one. For now, it is the only way you can live. The monk moves closer to you as he speaks. You may be any animal in creation, anywhere on earth. You will retain some control over your fate. Whether it will be enough to save you, I cannot say. You try to speak, but the monk raises his hand, and a wave of darkness sweeps over you. When you next hear his voice, it sounds very far away. Would you be Lord of the air, Lord of the land, or Lord of the sea? Now, if I remember right, last time we chose Lord of the people, our wonderful listeners chose Lord of the Sea.
Correct. So I guess in this case, Eddie, they still get a choice.
They do, but it can't be Lord of the Sea. We have to take that one off the board. It's off the board, kids.
Yes. But you still get two choices.
So yeah, look at that. In a rare form. Hey, he's the monkey. People say he monkeys around. He's too busy turning into a monkey to let anybody down. It's true.
Jesse coming through with musical lyrics, even.
Plus one of my favorite bands, too. Well done,
the Monkeys.
Buddy. Okay. Oh, heck yeah, sir. Get out of town.
Hey, last time I was streaming, we were having echo issues. Is anybody listening right now hearing an echo just while we wait for a second?
Any echoes?
Maybe not.
I don't seem to hear anything.
Yeah, maybe we fixed it. Okay. All right. So Lord of the air or the land?
Jesse comes in strong with Lord of the air.
No echoes, Jesse said. Okay, good. All right.
No echoes.
Just a little audio test there. All right, Jill. No echoes either. Okay. Good. Is there an echo emoji, Jill? There probably is.
If there is one, she'll find it. You've just challenged the emoji queen to.
Yes. Nobody crosses the emoji queen.
Nope. There you go.
She did find one. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
So we have 2 votes for Lord of the Air.
Yes.
We'll wait a little bit and see if we have any more.
Otherwise, we're going airborne.
Ropes. There's your echo.
Yep. There's our echo. All right. So Lord of the Air.
Lord of the Air.
All right. That is the next page.
Time to let my air down.
That's right.
What's up?
You hear yourself screaming.
Ooh.
The sight is so horrible, you shut your eyes. You must have fallen off a cliff. There's nothing under your feet, only rocks, hundreds of feet below. Slowly, you realize that you aren't falling, you're floating, soaring on the wind. You open your eyes and see great golden wings. They belong to you. You bank and flap, maneuvering into an updraft. You rise gracefully, higher and higher. Beneath you are hills cut by a mountain brook. Downstream, the brook widens and weaves through a lush valley checkered with farms and orchards. You see a little girl standing near a barn playing with a puppy. Oh, man. This does not.
We're going to kill a kid or a puppy.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay. I just got the Uchoose vibes all of a sudden. I'm
the Uchoose vibes are strong. I don't want to go to Eagle Hell.
I mean, you're gonna kill a girl or a puppy. Either way, either way. All right.
Choose your own
Anyway,
adventure. Darn you.
nothing's off the table.
Do you accuse a girl as a puppy? Mm.
Uh, it seems amazing you can see them so far away. Everything appears as close as if you were looking at them through a telescope. You fold your wings to gain speed and dive, then open your wings and pull up short. Still hundreds of feet above the ground, you roll and dive again. The rocks and trees are coming at you. You pull out of the dive and skim over the treetops. A crow hurries out of your way. Oh, thank God, we're not killing puppies or girls.
Jeez.
I was actually a little nervous there.
I
like,
was,
oh,
man. These
we're
books
gonna
back
go
then, they give you PTSD.
If you cruise along the coast and look for food, turn to page 88. If you cruise over the river valley below you and practice glides and dives, turn to page 79. So do we cruise to the coast or do we practice glides and dives?
To
Let us know in
cruise
the
or
chat.
dive.
Yes.
I remember.
Maybe we were a little bit glass half empty there, Eddie.
I know. Why did we go straight there? Because you know why? Because Choose Your Own Adventure has done this to us before.
Yes.
It really has.
Yeah.
It's been like, seriously, it's been like, you see a kindly old lady crossing the street. Do you steal her walker? Do you steal her purse? Or do you run her over with your car? And
Yeah.
we're like,
or do you do both and then rob her? Push her,
like,
push her down, steal her walker, and take her purse.
But I don't want any of these choices. Tough luck, kid. The book is called "You Rob a Grandma." That's what the book is.
Yes.
You got him.
You're 9 now. It's time to grow up.
You're a crook. Like
You're a crook.
Okay, so Jesse says, look for food. Non-girl,
Yeah.
non-girl or
non-girls or puppies.
Yes.
Jill also says coast,
and those were both the same thing.
Food. Okay, yeah, I see.
Coast and food were the same.
Jesse's saying food, but no girls or puppies. Okay,
please, please. Right. Well, you can't make any promises because who knows what this is going to turn into.
Yeah,
it's like you fly along you fly along the coast and see an orphanage. It's like not the orphans,
which can also be a buffet. It can be a buffet too.
Why is this book so evil? You fly along the seacoast, which becomes rockier and more rugged as you glide downward. From time to time, you plunge upon a small bird. Oh man, a young woodchuck. See, or a fat mouse. We had to say fat mouse, like the mouse, like somehow is less because he's chunky. Don't be mean to fat mice.
Don't fat shame mice. I guess we should have a disclaimer here. Eddie and Lee and the Uchoose podcast do not condone cannibalism. I repeat, we do not condone cannibalism.
We do not condone cannibalism at all. Hashtag don't fat shame mice.
Mice.
Jesse, I just wanted to be a shark.
I know.
It's true.
It is true.
You pass over the town and villages. No.
No. Oh, man.
A stinking factory. A wharf that smells of dead fish. You look down at the humans. Here we go. We're decided to upgrade. See, Jill busts out with Gus. No,
Gus. Oh, yes. Yeah, from Cinderella. Yeah.
He had that little T-shirt that wouldn't cover his tummy because he loves snacks.
Yeah, he likes snacks so much.
It's not his fault. You pass over the town. You look down at the humans. Why humans? Sorry, my phone's freezing up here, guys. On the boats and the docks, at the hundreds of gulls hovering over them, you glide over the harbor, keeping an eye on a pair of cormorants. I would believe those were a flying animal of sorts, winging over a weathered rock spit of land. You eye a crab just below the surface as it emerges from under a rock. Will it scoot back into hiding before you can pluck it out of the water? If you go for the crab, which is what I first ask when I go to a Mongolian grill. If you go for the crab, turn to page 31. If you decide not to waste your precious eagle energy, but to fly on in search of something better, like maybe human orphans. Turn to page 56.
Cormorants, I just looked up, are like just a seabird. So kind of
Nice.
like a seagull.
The eagle's like, I draw the line at other birds. I'm not eating.
Yeah, I
Like, there's
will.
hundreds of seagulls, bro.
Hundreds of seagulls, but let's eye the humans.
I know.
Okay, Jill says crab.
Busted out the crab.
So
Poor little
some
Sebastian.
shellfish.
He didn't ask for anything. We're invoking all
No.
the Disney characters.
Yeah, better than Gus Gus, I guess.
He's like, hey, what did I do to you?
Hey,
Why you gotta go after the crab?
get some
Man.
butter. Get
Get the
crab.
crab.
Maybe we won't kill people. Yeah, Jesse's right. Go for the crab. Leave the humans alone.
Jesse's trying to save those orphans. Gotta love it.
Yes. All right. So page 31, that's me. You dive for the crab, keeping your eyes on it as it scuttles out of sight. Could it somehow have sensed your attack? Still, you full plunge. You release your wings from tuck position, bank slightly, and set down on the beach. You smell the salt. You smell the salt mud and rows of kelp, abuzz with flies and gnats. You extract a scrap of meat from a clam, then eye some mussels already picked clean by the gulls. Even though the beach is deserted, you don't feel comfortable on the ground. You beat your wings and launch into the air. You have not been finding enough to eat, and you will have to use a lot of energy to gain a good hunting altitude. The weather is cool and misty. There's no thermals to lift you. You flap your wings continuously to gain altitude. The Lord of the Air must keep hunting every hour, every day. Turn to page 47. Suddenly, you're a human again, back at the ruins of the temple. This time, you find yourself standing. You try to walk, but your feet seem rooted to the floor. The monk sits before you. You're doing well, he says.
Oh.
Well, thanks, you say, surprised. Does that mean I can go now? I like that. Well, thanks. Can I get out of here?
Am I done yet?
Yeah. It means only that you are doing well. Tell me, how did it feel when you changed from human to animal? You think back to that strange moment. It was confusing. Sometimes my human memory went against my animal instinct. Ah, then you would rather have no traces of human memory.
There we go.
I'd rather have it completely, you say. If I could always have remembered that I'd been human, I'd have been an extra smart animal. But, says the monk, knowing you were a human being who is trapped in the body of an animal would be very hard indeed. You might panic. When you are an animal, it is better to be wrapped in the mist of forgetfulness. I don't know which would be worse, you admit. Sometimes you must make a decision even when you can't decide, the monk says gently. You start to protest, but the monk's eyes are like glowing coals. His voice seems to burn into your brain.
Nice.
You're about to become an animal again. You must choose whether you will keep your human mind or live without trace of human memory. If you choose to keep your human memory, turn to page 60. If you choose to give it up, turn to page 70. I think we were here last time.
We were here last time, and this was one of those things that my Uchoose senses are tingling.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely were down this path before. If we were, I think, didn't we give it up last time?
I think so.
Yeah, I think when you give it up, I don't want to taint the decision-making process here. Oh, yeah, Jesse's like, yep, got to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Can you turn down the chill of death in here? Your guardian likes the thermostat really low. Okay, so.
Oh, we got a split decision. Jill's going like we did last time. Got to bust out the Uchoose coin
here. We'll flip it. So, what do we want to do here? Heads.
Well, let's do heads. Keep it. Tails, lose it. That kind of makes more sense too when you think about it.
Okay. Tails. So.
Tails.
We do not keep it, right?
Yep, we give it up.
So page 70.
Page 70.
That's you, right?
And we read this one, if you remember. We had this was I'll read it. We may want to back up and do it one more time just for the sake of a different ending here. But
we can.
You take flight from the surface of the marsh. It's a hot summer evening, and you're in search of blood. Instincts guide you toward the house, and through the broken part of the screen, you hover over a sleeping girl. As you buzz by her ear, she turns. Her arm lashes out, and you dart away. You light on a wall, waiting until she's quiet again. You focus on a bare shoulder and dive. Silently, you set to work, drawing out her rich red blood. Ew.
Ooh.
The girl swats hard, but you fly out of range. As soon as she settles back down, you land on her hand to finish your meal. This is the best blood yet. Mm-mm. Suddenly, the girl sits up and switches on a light. Once again, you take to the air. All right, mosquito. She stalks around the room looking for you. You light on the back of her neck and walk slowly down her spine. Gotcha, the girl cries, slapping herself on the shoulder. You move down a little farther. The hand whips around again. Splat! We did.
We did. What is it with us and puppies and little girls?
I know we can't avoid that. Like that, you're gonna think about killing me and my dog. Guess what? I'm gonna smack you dead.
Smack ya. All right, so let me try to go back. We can maybe not go all the way, but just maybe check out page 60. If
That
you
was the other
keep,
page.
yeah, 60. Here we
How do
go.
we get to page 60? There we go.
So I'll go ahead and read this one while you find that. No matter what it's like to be a dog with a dog's understanding, it's terrible to be a dog when you have human understanding. You know, because that's what happened to you. You realize instantly you aren't going to have an easy life as a dog. A poodle in a fancy house in California or a golden retriever curled up before a fireplace in Vermont. No, you can see that you have a hard life ahead. You're a husky, a big, strong one. Thank goodness for that, you think, as you look around and see the other six on your team. You're all hitched to a sled, waiting for the command to break it out of the ice. There are three men in fur clothes loading the sled. They have rifles, and you shrink down in your haunches, thinking about how any one of them could shoot you, and one would care. You quiver as you recall how when Eskimos get trapped in bad weather, they can't find enough to eat. They shoot a dog or two for food. Wow,
Nice.
that one. One of the men is shouting at or pointing at you. You're quivering and shaking. You must look sick. They might shoot you because they don't want the sled held back by a sick dog. You leap to your feet and stand alert as if eager to pull the sled. The men exchange a few more words and resume their work. Phew! You look over to the other dogs and judge yourself to be stronger and bigger than all of them, except the lead dog. Even he is scarcely larger than you. You must be the second dog in the team. 3 men and 7 dogs across the Arctic tundra. Where are you bound? For what purpose? You have no way of knowing. So, page 25. Suddenly, the lead dog turns and snarls at you, baring his teeth. You step back a pace and look away. When you look again, he's sniffing at the how ahead of him. You sniff and smell the other dogs, each with its own distinctive scent. You smell the wood and leather of half-frozen dried food stacked on the sled and the scent of the men themselves. Curious about the same scent that attracted the lead dog, you step forward. He turns on you, growling. You shrink back. Why is he so unfriendly? The answer comes to you. You are the number 2 dog. He's afraid you're challenging his authority. If you could smile, you would, because you realize what power you have with your human mind. Crack. Mush. Instinctively, you press forward, taking up the slack, straining with the other dogs to break the sled out of the ice. In a moment, you're trotting along at a good clip, pulling the loaded sled over the hard-packed snow. You have no idea when you'll get to rest. Unlike the other dogs, you think about what you'll do when you make camp for the night. If you decide to try to challenge the leader to become lead dog, turn to page 100. If you decide to try to escape and gain your freedom, turn to page 77. So that's where we would have gone if we would have chosen to keep our memory.
The exposing to dog choices.
Yes.
The dog's life. We know all dogs go
Doggone
to
it,
heaven, though,
as
so we're
Jesse
okay.
said. Yeah. And then we're like
So
Jill said, we're shooting dogs now too.
that's what's happening. So yeah, so choosing to keep the human memory will keep that story chugging along.
Yes. Yeah. So you become a
So
dog. Still no shark.
still no shark. So to this on this episode, eagle, essentially dog, and mosquito.
Mosquito.
Um, still not a shark.
Yeah.
Gah!
Still no shark.
I would say we should put this link for this particular book up on our Facebook page. For anybody who wants to continue along to see how they can become a shark.
Yeah. Or yeah, see if they can become a shark. I think Jesse said last time this should be called "You're Not a Shark," or maybe you'll become a shark, or,
I think it
or
was like you might maybe become a shark, maybe.
but probably not.
Let's see here. Yeah, it's somewhere up in here. Yeah, it should be titled "Maybe You're a Shark, but Not Likely."
But unlikely. Yes. All right. Well, that's You Are a Shark.
We are moving on to one of the Choose Your Own Adventure classics. This is one of those ones that was early on. What was the number on this one?
10.
10.
10.
Yeah. This was one of those. This goes up there for me with like Cave of Time.
Yeah.
Because this was one of the first ones I remember seeing.
Yeah, this is an older one, and we can tell by this scanned copy. It's been through the ringer.
Look at
This
the
is an
tape on
old
the
one.
end.
Yeah, tape on the end. Now, Paul Granger did the art, and he did a lot of the early books, like Chimney Rock, Who Killed Harlow Thrombey, Cave of Time. I think even he did those.
He's a fan of the feathered hair too, if you notice.
He is, and turtlenecks.
Feathered hair and turtlenecks.
Yeah, Lost Jewels of Nabuti. Do not remove date card. Oh, let's see. This is Hill Junior High School, Hill Middle School.
Look, it's so funny. Yeah, when they were calling it junior high and not middle school, that's when you know you're dealing with a solid 80s book here.
Solid 80s. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Calling it middle school, which is interesting. Yeah. Junior high. What was the date, the publication date on this one?
I think this was 83. No. Second 81. 1981 was the first printing. They did 6 printings of this.
Wow. Because I remember the cover being different on towards the later printings.
Yeah, I think they did later on. So it started in 81 and the 6th printing was in 82. So this one's very old for the series. All right. Oh, wait.
This
what was
baby's
this?
got some of that old tape on it too. This
was at a library at Lowry Air Force Base.
Yep.
Wow, this one's been passed around.
Hey, listen, man, the life of a book. You know, this is all pre-internet, man. It's like books would not get tossed. You would not throw away a book, man. That was like a sin.
You would tape like this one, you tape it up and just keep going. Yeah. All right. So let's see. You started last time, so I'll start with this one then.
Yes.
Halfway through, we're at summer vacation again. Halfway through your summer vacation, you get an urgent telegram from your cousins, Peter and Lucy. Need your help finding the jewels of Nabuti. Flying to Boston at once.
Sorry. Just right into it.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Our cousins. Oh, Jesse, Jewel be sorry. But yeah, this one, just like the other one, let's find a 9-year-old and go find some jewels.
Yo, man.
Why not?
Let's go find some Nabuti jewels.
Exactly. Fly to Boston at once. Bring passport. Danger. Be careful. Peter and Lucy. After reading the telegram several times, you are still puzzled. You remember the jewels. Who could forget them? The 2 diamonds shone like the sun's reflection off a glacier, and the 2 rubies were like the eyes of a jungle creature at night. Peter's father had bought them from a shopkeeper in Morocco many years ago. The shopkeeper had been nervous about the sale, but also anxious to get rid of the jewels. 2 days later, Peter's father had returned to the shop to ask more about the jewels, only to find the shop closed. The small sign on the door announced the sad and unfortunate death of the shopkeeper, Mr. Abdul Said. The same day, he received the letter at his hotel demanding the return of the jewels. The letter warned him that his life was in danger if he did not return them. Obviously, he ignored the letter, but he always hinted about the strange and mysterious powers the stones held. Peter and Lucy tell you the jewels are lost. What can you do to help your cousins find them? You pack your bags and leave your house in New Orleans and fly to Boston. You glance over your shoulder nervously, searching for followers. Peter and Lucy meet you at the airport. Peter says there isn't much time. If you agree to help, take the next plane to Paris tomorrow afternoon. From Paris, you'll fly to Morocco. You'll have to hurry. But Peter, you complain, I don't understand what this is all about. You will when you read this letter. Here. The jewels of Nabuti are 4 keys to the hidden wisdom and wealth of a secret African tribe. Those who have the jewels either enjoy health and fame or they suffer agony beyond belief.
Ooh.
The current owners of the jewels must guard against their being stolen or lost. They must wait to hand them over to the appointed messenger of Nabuti. Loss of the jewels could mean death. You are puzzled by the letter. Peter and Lucy try to reassure you, but the truth is that their lives have been threatened if they should continue to search for the jewels. You have to ask they have asked you to search for the jewels because you are unknown to the thieves.
Nice.
You will be relatively safe as anyone can be on the trail of the jewels of Nabuti. All right, here we go. First choice. If you agree to go on tomorrow's plane for Paris, turn to page 4. If you demand more time, information, and extra help, turn to page 7.
Yep.
So Paris or help.
Once again, a great, like, almost expose of the generational differences. Like, some part of our brain in the 80s and 90s were like, at any random time, someone's going to come up to us with a case and be like, listen, I don't have any time. Run with this. And you'd be like, you got it. And we would just do it, you know? Like,
yeah, the A-Team theme music would kick in and we would just grab our stuff and go.
Yeah. And
There's
now,
no hesitation.
now it feels as if that would happen and the kid would be like, I'm only 10. Like, listen. That's 10 years too many as far as I'm concerned. Get going.
You should have been doing this last year. What are you talking about?
You should have been doing this when you were 4.
I know. I love how we're employing children to find jewel thieves and head to Africa. Again, there's no hesitation here. You put a 9-year-old on a plane, send them to Boston, send them to Paris. It's a Tuesday.
Right. Normal in our life. We have a split decision again here. We have Jesse saying, no, man, you can't be going here all half-cocked. Demand help. And then we have Jill coming in strong again with the French bread and the French flag. Oui, oui.
That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So do we...
Okay, so
I would say heads, help. Let's switch it up, actually. Let's go tails,
Paris.
Help, Paris, heads.
Heads. Okay. Tails, help. Heads, Paris. Tails.
Oh.
We're getting some help.
Help. Like the Beatles said.
So help. Yes, exactly.
Page
all right. So
7. Here we go. Look at this illustration. Jeez, that guy.
I know.
Page 7. Hey, he's invoking some 2000s era kid logic. Hey, I can't just hop on another plane. I just don't know enough about what's happening. Peter looks at you and shrugs his shoulders. I don't blame you. Let's go back to my house. You take a long roundabout route to his house to shake off followers. Peter and Lucy talk about the jewels. They know more than they had let on. Oh, Peter and Lucy. Why are you being sneaky?
No kidding.
They know more than they had let on. Over dinner, they tell you that 3 times they're making their own dinner.
At 9.
They're 9.
They're driving because it doesn't say somebody else drove them.
No. Yep. Honest. Oh, it is Peter and Lucy. It's those Narnia kids. That's what Jesse.
It is. I know.
No, they'll shove you in a coat closet. Over dinner, they tell, and they don't say that dinner is just Captain Crunch. That's all it is.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Over dinner, they tell you that 3 times in recent years, messages so it happened when they were like 7. Had come demanding their return to the Nabuti tribe. Their father refused to be frightened into returning the jewels. They were not only worth a small fortune, but strangely enough, he believed in the legends about the jewels. He admitted that it might sound funny to others, but he said that the jewels did have strange and wonderful powers, just like Lee Searcy. Then tragically,
Exactly.
their father was killed in a horrible accident. Stepping onto a sailboat from a dock on a perfectly calm day, the boat had suddenly moved. He slipped between the boat and the dock and was crushed.
Ooh.
Before he died, he murmured these words, "I love you, children." No, I'm kidding. He murmured, "Protect the jewels at all costs."
Gosh.
I don't love you, kids.
Yeah,
I'm a
the
baby
jewels.
boomer. Love is weakness.
Yes.
Peter didn't like it one bit. His dad was squished. And a note came directing him to deliver the jewels to a rug merchant in Tangiers, a Moroccan town. But then 3 men broke into the house, bound him hand and foot, and stole the jewels. Plus, he's got homework to turn in still.
Yeah, still.
Crash! The window is shattered by a shotgun blast. Man, just shoot that window.
Yeah.
Don't throw a
And then
rock through it.
And like last time, toss some smoke grenades through it.
Pink, pink. No one is hurt, but you are all terrified. Then the telephone rings, and when Peter answers, a deep voice says, "Give up now or else." This is just a warning. Click. The phone goes dead.
Ooh.
The phone is also crushed between the dock and the sailboat.
Yes.
A wind blows in the trees outside the broken window. The 3 of you stare at each other. If you want to give, wow, look at that illustration underneath, by the way, like the next page, just like, "Blow!"
Oh, wow. I love that.
That's what happens to windows in this town if you get.
So we're eating dinner and it looks like steak and peas. We weren't eating Captain Crunch.
No, man. These 9-year-olds are whipping up a 5-course.
Yeah.
If you want to give up now, turn to page 13. If you decide to go in search of the jewels of Nabuti, turn to page 12. Do we give up? Do we just give up? I remember that being a choice in those early books. You could be like,
I'm done.
I'm
going
done.
back to my Legos and my Transformers.
Yep. It's Aslan on the phone. "You tried to kill me once, but it won't work.
I will come back. It won't work. Yeah. I like at the top there when I'm guessing he's referring to his dad's death. It says Peter didn't like it one bit.
Yeah.
Is it? It's like, oh, as opposed to I did, or
that's how they grieve in this story. It's like, I didn't like that. My dad got crushed. Anyway,
back to the jewels.
Like his dad's dying words. Did he tell you how much he loved you? No. He said, "Protect the jewels."
All right. So
we are 9 and we have no fear. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, thanks, Sawblade.
It's like
I don't know.
We said
seen you here before, but
in the welcome Sawblade to the Uchoose podcast. We said it before in the 80s. It's like at 9 years old, you already had a mortgage, probably was working on your divorce.
Yeah.
You had child support.
Second marriage, paying your child support.
Yeah, you're like, man, listen, life's hard. You can't be taking anything for granted.
Your heart is iron. All right, so jewels.
Iron-hearted 9-year-old.
Yeah, well, like Sawblade said, we have no fear.
So we have 1 vote for jewels. Who will save your soul?
I assume
we will, not the dad.
I assume by Sawblade saying we have no fear, we're going to get the jewels.
Is that a vote for get the jewels? Oh yeah, Sawblade said get the jewels.
Jewels. Oh, he did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry about that. All right. So that's page 12, Eddie.
12 it is. Here we go. I love this illustration.
Ooh, I like that.
Opening the door. Yeah.
Or is that you?
Us. Look at our flare leg jeans. You can tell he's wearing a turtleneck even in
and a turtleneck. Yes.
You can tell it's a turtleneck even in shadow form.
Yes. 1981, kids.
Rising from your safe position on the floor, you head for the front door, almost tripping over the peas and carrots you had on your dinner plate. You make it to the door, but whoever was out there is gone. You are silhouetted in the doorway. Definitely a bad place to be, but nothing happens. As if daring him to shoot you right in the middle of your chest.
Yeah, we have no fear. We're just going to open that door.
Peter, they are dead serious. They shot our window, for God's sakes. If you don't get the jewels back, they will kill you and Lucy. I'm safe, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll help. I'll leave for Paris tomorrow. Peter and Lucy gather around you, slapping you on the back and shaking your hand. Once again, this is the 80s, kids. This is how we did it. We're like, yay, you're going to
Yay,
blood
you're gonna
pact,
die.
blood pact, blood pact. You seem to have forgotten the shotgun blast and the telephone call, but then the merriment is broken by the sharp ring of the telephone. Oh, it's not dead.
Oh.
Picking up the receiver, you hear a voice say, "We weren't kidding." I'm sorry, this is funny.
This
When you
is
first get a threatening phone call, it's like, "If you come near me, I'm going to kill you." And then you hang up. And like a minute later, it rings again. You're like, "I wasn't kidding."
this time I mean it.
I'm going to smash your head in. Picking up the receiver, you hear a voice say, "We weren't kidding. Next time you won't be so lucky. We'll make sure we shoot your dinner plates." Click. The connection is broken again. If you decide to leave without getting the aid of the police, turn to page 20. If you get in touch with the police, turn to page 21. So police or no police is the question.
All right.
Joe's like,
Police or no police?
if we can handle trickle down economics, we can handle anything. It's true.
True. Just in case your 9-year-old brain doesn't understand humor, this isn't it.
This is not a time to joke.
Oh man, Saw Blade's perfect. The police will just slow us down.
That's
Yep.
right, exactly. Jesse coming
You're
in.
9.
I know, man. What? Jesse coming in hot with the Generation X.
F the police. Yep. Popo. So I guess
Wu-Tang.
unanimous.
No, Popo.
No popo. If
All
you
right.
decide to leave without getting aid. So we're going to page 20 for this one. So let's go to 20. I don't think we need the police in this matter. They could just cause us more trouble. Let's go alone. Go it alone, says Lucy. You agree. For the rest of the evening and into early morning, the three of you huddle together and talk. You glance nervously toward the doors and windows. You're afraid of another attack. Time to go now. Hurry. We will get you to the airport and meet you later when you want us. Driving in early morning traffic is hard to tell. It's hard to tell whether or not you're being followed. You think you see a light-colored compact car darting in and out of traffic flow in an attempt to follow you, but you can't be sure. When you get to the check-in counter for the international flight to Paris, 3 people stand by the counter watching the door. You slip by them and go to another airline. What do you do now? If you continue to Paris, turn to page 34. If you escape these 3 people by booking a flight to Spain instead of France, turn to page 36. So basically Paris or Spain.
I love how it's Paris, which is a city in France. In Spain, we're like, I don't even care what city I'm in, man. Drop me off in Spain.
Just give me to
España.
Spain. I don't care.
Give me
España, Español.
Yeah.
I like how that whole page there, we're just huddling in the corner. We drive to the airport. We're 9.
Yep.
And there's no thought like, hey, we got shot at. It's no big deal. We'll just stay in the house.
This is just like the movie Home Alone, man. I'm telling you, that kid's at the grocery store paying for his own groceries, and they thought it was slightly weird, but not concerning enough to do anything about. They were just like, oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, you're right. That's a good point. They're like, yeah, he's 9-year-old. Okay,
I mean,
so,
whatever.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, he's changing a tire. They're like, oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's good for him. He needs to know that.
I'm just such a wild in one generation. I mean,
one generation.
How'd that happen?
Know.
It's so weird.
Oh, Jesse for the puns, for the Spain and suffering.
See, so he took my pun. I held back. I was going to say something. Oh, well done.
So close.
Spain relief.
Oh, Paris with a bunch of French emojis.
Could there be more French emojis?
I don't think you could. Saw Blade. Paris, we can handle them. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
We're going to Paris. So if you're new in the chat, just wait for the next decision and and you can chime in. Obviously, you can chime in anytime, but
chime in anytime. But when it comes to choice time, we have 2 for Paris.
Paris. So we're going to page 34
I almost said
for
34.
this one. 34. All right, 34.
34 is just an illustration of me getting my butt kicked. You have to read
Yes.
this. Look at the copy I got. I don't. We have not had the same
Oh,
copy.
well, that's weird. Why is
Yeah.
it not? Okay, yeah. Running the risk of going on the Paris flight doesn't work out. The three men surround you, and
Ooh.
one of them jabs a needle
Ah!
with a knockout drug in your arm. When you awake, you're in a cabin deep in the forested area surrounded by low hills. Your hands and feet are securely bound. You're cold and stiff and hungry.
Ooh.
A tarantula creeps out of the pile of leaves and heads for you.
Eat the
There's
tarantula.
nothing you can do. It's all over. The end.
Oh.
Wow.
Knocked out and left for dead in the woods.
Wow. That deserves a trumpet. Or wait, no, I don't want that. We don't want the clap. We want the trumpet. There we go. There we go.
I don't want to go out like that. Like, wow, this sounds more like Amsterdam. Yeah, exactly.
Now,
you just go missing.
Eddie, you notice the man, one of the men in the picture there. Guess what he's got?
Yeah, a mustache. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him.
See?
Yeah. My mom right now, her ghost is just like, told you. Told you.
Man with the mustache.
With mustaches, they'll be the end of you. Could this be
man.
a more 80s book, by the way? You literally ended up dead in a ditch, like your parents said.
Yeah, so look at this case. So we got jabbed by knockout drug. We're tied up, but then we end up dying by a tarantula bite.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't get any worse.
It's the best. We're poisoned once and then poisoned twice.
Once bitten, twice shy.
We just wanted, nice. We just wanted to get to Paris.
I know. Get bitten by a spider.
I mean,
maybe wouldn't this be funny, Eddie, if this was intertwined with the "You Are a Shark" and that tarantula is you biting yourself?
Oh,
boom! Mind blown.
I done bit myself in the Choose Your Own Adventure stories.
You are a tarantula meal, not a shark.
Oh my god!
Oh man, that was still a fun book and fun story. But yeah, you're white. When you read this book, your hands are just sticky with 80s nostalgia.
Oh man, it's also the 40-year-old tape that's on there.
Well, that could be. Yes.
I was gonna say, normally we reserve an hour for these. Do we want to like back up to Spain, or do we want to reserve this for next time?
No, we're at 52 minutes, so we're right on the money. So I say let's save it for next time.
There you go.
And we'll see if we can find some men with mustaches and tarantulas or not. I don't know.
Man.
So
you mean a tarantula with a mustache, you're in trouble.
Oh, that would be even worse. A tarantula with a mustache. Let's see. So for next time, we will go in a different direction. So let's see, that one, demand more information or go to Paris. So let's see, we demanded more information. So we'll go to Paris next time.
Yeah. Jesse was like, Narnia kids will get you killed.
That's right. But thank you for everybody in the chat. And we'll do this in 2 weeks till 2 Sundays from now. Same time, same bat place. And we'll get a different book. And we'll do this one again, though.
Yeah, please stay tuned. Be sure to look at us on all the social medias, whether it be Instagram, Facebooks, like you said, YouTube,
Twitters.
Find us, Twitters. We're there.
Yep.
And
or you can go to uchoosepodcast.com, find all the old episodes, which tell your friends, buy some merch, whatever. Since we don't have sponsors.
I know, right? Please buy a coffee mug that says Uchoose.
Yeah.
With a great art done by the incomparable Jeff Munn of me and Lee riding a woolly mammoth off a cliff.
Yes. We did that live pose for him so he could paint it.
That was great.
Took forever. They had to get that mammoth to jump over the cliff multiple times.
Just go again with another mammoth. There's so many mammoths here.
I know. Oh man. All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody. And until next time, you choose the adventure. See ya.
See everybody.